and boats. Maybe not million, that's not that much. I mean, that's a lot, but not to give away. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna go over the keyboard super quick because I haven't done this in months. I got this Ducky Shine 3, I wanna say like maybe 5 months ago. I've had it for a long time. This is the Shine 3. There's 2 and 1, I believe, and I'm sure they're coming out with a 4 very soon. But anyway, this is the year of the snake. So on the spacebar, there's a snake. Every year there's a different animal or something. I don't know. But I got the year of the snake. So I purchased this keyboard for $150. I ordered it from a website called Tiger Direct. That's in the United States. I'm sure they ship international, but I can't tell you for sure. If you have any interest in knowing where you can buy a Ducky Shine 3, my best advice, and I've said this a bazillion times, go to the Ducky actual website. They don't sell them, but you can sort by country and then they tell you who distributes for them. But they are extremely difficult to find. I know Newegg carries some of them. You know, you just use your best judgment. I don't know how much I recommend people going to Amazon or eBay because you're not guaranteed as much. I don't know. Just be careful with that. I like to get my stuff direct just in case. I don't want to get a fake, you know? Hi, Full Trotter. Okay. So the main thing about the keyboard, of course, is obviously the light show that it puts on. That draws people in, but there's so much more to this keyboard than that. This is, however, my first mechanical keyboard, so I don't have anything to compare it to. So I'm not the best person to review this keyboard. However, I've been using it the longest of all the people that I know, so I feel like I do have some grounds to review it. But yeah, just keep that in mind. I've never used any other mechanical. I've always just used whatever I had, Logitech, you know, whatever's. The first thing that I noticed about when I got the keyboard is you can tell immediately how extremely well built it is. It's really heavy, which I think all mechanicals are, but I mean, this thing's fucking heavy. So when you have it sitting down, and if you have like the feet up, you're not moving it. You know, it stays put, which is nice, you know, because when I get crazy sometimes I'd be like scooting along my keyboard. But anyway, on the back of this, there is, I don't know if you can see right there. I don't want to set the keys down, otherwise I'll smash something and shut off the stream and I'll be pissed. There's 4 different switches, 4 different toggles that you can put different options with the keyboard. I'm not entirely sure of which ones do what, but I know one of them, the sole purpose of one of them is just to be in like store demo mode. So that would like go through all the, you know, the lights or whatever, so that's useless. The other ones, however, what they do is they change keys that are on the keyboard. So for instance, you know, I guess it would depend on whatever game that you are into, but you can change like the Windows key, and you can change some other important keys to be something totally different, or you can completely disable them. So, which is kind of helpful. Like in MMOs, sometimes if I would accidentally spam the Windows key or whatever, I don't know, you can disable that. So on the back, there's 4 options beyond that. Now, these also come with different switches that you can get. They're all whatever cherry switches. That I think is pretty standard for all mechanical keyboards. My keyboard is the magenta one, obviously. This, the keys are all magenta. However, you can change colors of only a couple things. You can change the colors of your spacebar. I saw a lot of people commenting that you can change the overall color, like if I all of a sudden wanted it to be green. That is false. You cannot do that with the Ducky Shine 3. You can, however, change the color of your spacebar. You can also have multiple colors on your spacebar. So if I wanted the snake to fade from like red to blue to purple, I can do that. But as for the keys that light up, the LEDs, you pick a color. But now actually, back to the switches, this is probably the most important decision that you'll make in a keyboard, and I highly suggest just going and typing on some to see what you think, because the switches completely change how the keyboard feels. I went with the black cherry, which are the most firm key out of all of them. I know the brown switches are probably the most popular. It still makes... Let me open a Word document so it doesn't make that sound. I think it's good snap, like the mechanical sound. But the reason I went with the black versus anything else is because I use a studio mic when I'm streaming, and it picks up everything, okay? It picks up everything. So, as much as I love that clicky sound, I ended up going with the firmer key for a quieter sound, is basically what it is. Because some mechanicals, not only do they snap when you push it, they have like a click back. And I just, yeah, I don't know. For broadcasting purposes, I didn't want the keyboard to overpower me. I don't like this song anymore. Next. Okay. Anyway, so I've had a bunch of my friends come over and use the keyboard. Everyone checks it out, and they do comment that it is a little bit firmer, especially for whatever reason, the shift key. So like when I'm crouching in CS, that's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder to push, but I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't want it to sound like, oh, you really have to push these keys. They're fine. They're not that hard to push. But that's the reason I went with the black cherry. So anyway, the only thing about this keyboard, you know, it's $150. Some people, if you're gonna spend $150, some people want all the bells and whistles. This is what you get. This is the full version. You don't have to get the 10 keypad or whatever. You can get a shorter Ducky and it's cheaper, but I wanted the full keyboard. But anyway, you can notice there's not a ton of bells and whistles on here as for like, you know, music options, LED screen type out. It's strictly a keyboard, and it's strictly for gaming. You do have some media keys. You know, I can pull up a calculator. I could, you know, pull up my email, home button. But other than that, no, you're not getting, you know, you're not getting all of that kind of stuff with it. But it's like, I don't know. I've had keyboards like that with an LED screen. I never look at my keyboard, and that's the other thing. People always ask me, are those lights annoying? And it's like, I never look down. I can type all day and never look at my keyboard. So no, it doesn't bother me. And they don't shine up in your face, you know, they're not like that bright. Your sex is on fire. I know, it's a good song. Okay, so lastly, we'll go through the part that everybody loves is what it does, you know, the light show. So the thing about, I'm resetting it right now. So the thing with this keyboard, if you guys are just purchasing one, I tried to tell Summit earlier because I was in his stream and he's getting one. I had to help Hiko actually. I had to Skype Hiko and help him with his keyboard because when you first get it, it looks just like this. And there's actually a firmware update that you have to install. Otherwise, you don't get the WASD light up and you don't get the light up over here with ripple mode. And that's what everybody likes is ripple mode. And you also... what else? Without the firmware update? Oh, you're missing Aurora mode, which I'll show you. So, if any of you guys can get a hold of Summit, I was trying to, but his chat just, you know, it was too fast. I just don't want him to get the keyboard and think that it's a piece of shit because his isn't doing it right. But, anyway. So, the light modes. You can have it where nothing lights up. You can have it where it's just a regular old keyboard. So, if you're at a LAN or something and people are, like, annoyed, you don't have to have it on. Let me see, I want to do control. Oops, I forget that I have hotkeys now on my... Sorry about that. I'm gonna try to not hit hotkeys on my OBS. That's the lane. Okay, let me make sure it doesn't do it. Careful. Okay. So when you first get the keyboard, you can have it completely not light up by hitting function control 9 and it's totally blank. The next thing you would do is you can just go through the different modes. So this mode right here is just totally illuminated. You can see certain keys are not lit up. Is that right? You can see that certain keys are not illuminated. There you go. And those would be like numlock, but as soon as I hit numlock, it's back on, you know? But anyway, so you can just have it pink. The next one is called breathe mode. So I'll slow it down a little bit. This is just where the keyboard just breathes in and out. Like the lights kind of dim in and out. My day's good, Winsley. Sorry, I'm not answering specific questions right now. I'm just kind of trying to get through this quickly. Okay, so that's breathe. The next mode, I believe, is called wave. I wonder if I turn off my light, it'd be better. Kinda. So this is where the keyboard, and this one you are able to slow down and speed up. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just waving. It's just waving back and forth. I don't use this one a whole lot. It's okay. Let me take the legs down. There. So then the next one is called Snake. Now this one's kind of cool because it'll run like this all night. Just a snake going around. And you can make the snake go super fast. And of course you can make it go super slow. And there are a lot of these modes too. I'm not showing you guys, but you can change the brightness of the LEDs as well. So, the next mode is one of my favorites. Actually, the next several are my favorites. This is a mode that I don't use all that much because you guys know sometimes I forget to take off my keyboard cam when I type in passwords and shit. But this one's kind of cool. This is where if you type, the keys that you type, so if I type KimCastle, they light up and then they go away. Lit up. Lit up. This keyboard is dank. Okay, so then after you type, then they slowly go away. That's kind of cool. This one, is this my favorite? Yes. So this is the most popular mode, I think, when it comes to a Ducky Shine 3. This is what people want to see. This is what I run probably 99% of the time ever since I got this keyboard, is ripple mode. And it's just like it sounds. Wherever you type, it ripples away from there. I think it's pretty badass. When I'm typing, I just feel like an elite hacker, you know? And this you can speed up quite a bit. So if I wanted it to be, let me put it on max. That's how fast it would go if I had it on max. But then of course you can slow it down. I think that's all the slower it goes. So you could slow it down and just have it ripple like that. Do a password now, please. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I use ripple quite a bit. And the next one is actually one that comes with the firmware update. It's called Aurora, and that's where when you type anywhere, it'll light up the line that you typed on. This one I like, but I only like it when it's fast, because then it looks kind of like it's shooting lasers. But I don't use that one very much. Maybe I will. And then I think that's it for modes. And then you can just return to normal. Now, with the firmware update, a lot of people are asking me because without the update, you can't have the WASD light up without the update. So that's where people get stuck on this keyboard all the time. Sweet song. One more. Okay. So you could just have the keyboard totally dark like this, but I like having the WASD lit up. So with that, I do function, shit, what is it? Okay, function F11. They don't really write these down for you either, so when you get the keyboard, you're like, what? What am I supposed to push? Let me think. And then, okay, and then you hit function F12. I like having both the WASD lit up and the arrow keys. It's just a personal preference. And then with the firmware update, you can still ripple with that. And that's a very popular mode right there. But yeah, other than that, the keyboard does come with different keys that you could switch out. So if you wanted to take these black keys, I'm gonna turn my light back on. So if you wanted to take the black keys off of the WASD, actually I have them right here. They do give you other keys that you could switch if you want. I think I lost it. Well, it's not in my drawer. My drawer is full of stuff. Get out of your drawer. So they come with a different space bar. So if you didn't want to have the Year of the Snake, you can pop that off, and they give you just a regular Ducky Shine space bar. And then they also provide you with the WASD keys that are solid red color. You would still have your whatever color keyboard you get. Mine's magenta. You would still have that color poke through. And yeah, and then they also give you a Pro key plucker that says Ducky on it, so you can safely remove your keys without having any issues. So I think that's about it. I definitely, if I had to give this keyboard a ranking, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10. I have had no issues with this keyboard. Anybody that comes over and sits down and uses it, it's just like they're just totally in awe with the craftsmanship and how wonderful it is. So yeah, I've had it now for about, I don't know, maybe 5 months, and no issues here. So that, I think, is everything I know about this keyboard. Oh yeah, the spacebar. You can change all the colors on the spacebar if you wanted. Like I could have it, my light's not really showing it, but it's red now. Can you see the red? Let me see, I think it's, oops, not that one. I think it's home. Yeah, so now it's orange. You can have it be multicolored. So like, yeah, my light is kind of obliterating it. The spacebar is the only thing that you can change all the different colors on. Like I said earlier, I heard people saying that you can change the LEDs. My LEDs are pink and they're gonna stay pink. However, the spacebar, I can have green, orange, red, blue. I can have it multicolored if I wanted. That's the only thing that's equipped with different colored LEDs. So yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Seriously, I definitely recommend this keyboard. I think it's incredible. So yeah, Ducky Shine, if you're watching me, I answer questions about your keyboard every single day. So you want to send me like a sticker, that'd be cool. It didn't come with a sticker, you guys. Did not come with a sticker. I still have the box here, I don't know why. I keep my electronic boxes. Do you guys do that? I always keep like whatever the box came in, like the Wii, it's like, ooh, better keep that box.